If you're like me, just bought a house, or you're thinking about doing some pretty fancy redecorating, then you'll be so glad you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa.
A family business that's been around for over 50 years, La Maison really knows how to add charm and elegance to every home.
I've had people actually tell me, they say, you know, I didn't understand what was so special about it, the house they saw, but then you go through and look at the lighting, and there's a, you know, they say, oh, that's, you know, that is part of it. It's, the lighting's so spectacular, it just changes the whole look of the whole house. It's actually very important. And my dad started it with a neighbor of his, Bob Dixon, and it was my dad's hobby. You know, growing up, his father worked with brass, and so then he started this business late in life, actually. And Dick and I have been here since the beginning. I was 10 years old sweeping floors here, and Dick was probably 15, around that age. Bob actually moved to Innsbruck, Austria, and Dick moved with them, and he was in high school at the time, I think his senior year. They would buy antiques and ship them back to my father, and my dad would then make patterns from those pieces, and then he'd reassemble the old fixtures and then sell them to get the investment back, and they just kept doing that for an entire year, and we built up quite an inventory of patterns that way. We have lots of examples of different style fixtures, and so we get a feel pretty quickly. I can tell where they're headed in their head of what style they like, and then we'll go to the pattern room and kind of work through that. Then I'll usually either do drawings, or sometimes I'll even mock up if I can. If I have the parts, I'll mock up something for them to look at, and then once we get the approval of whatever we're trying to create, then we get the castings made, and then we machine it. That's all done here on site, which is quite a process actually, because you have to clean all the castings first, because they're very rough when they come out of the sand. And then you have to drill for machining. You have to drill them and pin them. For if they're prisms, you have to pin it, and then do the finishing work. Everything has to be polished, even if it's a bronze finish, the dark finish. You still polish it first, and then it has to be chemically done to speed up the oxidation where you turn it dark. So there's no real shortcuts to anything. It's to do it right. The old way is very time consuming and labor intensive. There's nothing mass produced where it's just slapped on. Everything's basically done as each piece is made. I've noticed over all those years, it's not really a new construction that we even get involved in. It's very unusual. We usually come in after the house is built, and we do the upgrades in certain areas, like a dining room, entry, powder rooms, where they want a little extra, you know, bling for their dollar. A lot of my friends always get mad because I'll walk in and I'll say, well, your fixture needs to be cleaned, or your light bulb, you know, the candles are crooked, or, you know, it's like straightening paintings on walls. They're like, oh great, he's here again. I really do enjoy it. I enjoy mostly the creating part. It's not as fun to rebuild somebody else's creations. It's always more enjoyable to create my own thoughts, but it all pays the bills, so you do whatever you have to. You have to have some kind of a love for the craft of it to begin with, I think, because lots of times they're just, you know, they could go somewhere else and find something on the shelf and be completely happy. So it's not like everyone is into custom light fixtures, you know, but it's been a great niche for us over the years.